Hoi, welkom bij een nieuwe aflevering van ons camperleven.
Every day's a new adventure when we're driving around in our home through our garden called Europa.
Abonneer je op ons kanaal en klik op het belletje, zodat je niets van ons avontuur hoeft te missen. Goedemiddag allemaal en welkom bij de nieuwe vlog. Deze aflevering, geen normale aflevering. We hebben namelijk te horen gekregen op verschillende manieren dat onze kijkers geïnteresseerd zijn in de truck van onze Duitse-Amerikaanse vrienden. Dus we hebben speciaal daarvoor een tour opgenomen. Kijk met ons mee. En volgende keer zien jullie weer hoe het ons vergaat. Dan hebben we weer genoeg gefilmd om ons leventje te laten zien. Bedankt voor het kijken alvast. Veel plezier.
Hello, I'm Marcus and this year I'm 50 years old. That's Michelle.
Hi, and we have two kids, two boys, one is 13 and one is 10.
I'm Killian, I'm 13 years old, and this is Nala, our dog, she's 3 years old. I'm Damien, I'm 10 years old,
And I am 45.
And that's Toby. It's a 710 Mercedes-Benz from 1966. It was a fire brigade truck.
So you can see the red in here. Still see the red color in the door. It has no power steering, no four-wheel drive. It's very ancient and very slow.
And just gorgeous. Well, the metal stuff and everything we bought, the shelter we bought, it was already on there. We can fold the roof up, and we had to redo the interior because it has water problems, and therefore it was cheap car for us, and we have done it in about half a year. We redid everything inside, so the beds and all that stuff.
Only weekends. So half a year weekends. The plan actually was to do the Pan American Highway. So we had the shipping, everything booked, and then COVID came to visit. So we have two 150-liter tanks of diesel extra. They're empty because of the weight, but we could travel for quite a while. Going up and down hills, we need about 20 liters for 100 kilometers. So one of my favorite parts is our outdoor kitchen. Also to travel in lonely places, we got the Petrol Cooker, so we cook with petrol. We don't have a gas spot or LPG inside, so if it's very windy and very rainy, we have a small gas cooker with a little bottle. You have to gas it up here, you put the petrol in here, you have to pump, and then it pushes out the gas, you light it, and then it burns the gas. It's very cool. So here we'll keep this shut. It's the toilet, so we have a dry toilet that separates liquids from solids, and the pee runs in here, and we have to empty it from here. Okay. We'll go in here in a minute. We'll just finish the outside first.
And maybe we'll look at the driver's seat also.
The driver's seat is the coolest. So here again, our arts and crafts lessons. So here is the driver's seat, and you can see the steering wheel, which is quite cool. So it's all original. What was really nice is all our friends contributed different things. I'll show you in a moment. Here to get up on the roof, this is where we have all our belongings. You take the ladder down. The kids love to sit up there when it's nice and sunny and not as windy as today. here is where our boys travel with us, and here we have 9 drawers that we painted ourselves, and we kind of did the shabby chic style, and that's their school stuff, and you can lift the table and get in here. Here are Marcus batteries. I don't know if you can see them, probably not. So
it's the battery for the engine and a battery for the small solar panel. And we have a big solar panel up top, and here's the battery for that.
We have 300 liters of water inside, and this is where we fill up the water. So you just plug in the hose and you can fill up 300 liters inside. Here are some shoes, and this is for the grill. Okay. Welcome to our crib. So please feel free, come on in. So here is the kitchen. We do not have grey water. We wash in this bowl and we dump it. We have our dishes in here. We have food down there in those grey boxes. Here's our fruit. We have our vegetables up here. We have to go shopping, as you can see. And here we also have food. Here are the closets with the clothes for the 4 of us. Here is our dry toilet right here. You can open the roof like on any VW bus. It has a canvas on the side, so the roof lifts up halfway. It's a rooftop tent, but the canvas is very noisy when it's windy, so we don't open it. And we want to get rid of the roof because water leaks in. So here we have all our jackets and all our hats and our winter stuff. This is our diesel heating. So when we turn this on, it gets very warm in like 5 minutes, and then we turn it off. And actually it heats up with 4 people inside fairly quickly. So this is the bed. This is bed number 1. So to make the beds in the evening, we flip this board down. We put the mesh and the mattress on. And the other bed, the top bed, has boards right here that we pull out, lay it on here, and then you put the mattress out and you have 2 beds, like a bunk bed. So we added these bull's-eye windows in the toilet and here, so it's not very professional, but just to let some air on the top bed. And as I mentioned, friends contributed as we went along, so different friends sewed the different curtains. Later in the cabin up front, you'll see the roof or the ceiling. The material was also given to us by a friend. Just little gimmicks we got from friends. So everyone was very excited, and we thought that there's a huge yearning for people to do this, but most people are afraid to. You can't stand in the cabin, but again, the curtains handmade. The ceiling here, also a friend of ours contributed. The boys made these flowers, and this is where we eat, and the boys travel here, and you can see it's a bit messy. This is where the dog sleeps, so yeah, we forgot to clean that up. So here we have a 70-liter compressor fridge. You can use them individually. You could use one as a freezer, which we never do. So you just open it here. We have our food in there, and there's another compartment right behind it, and you can sit on it, so that's quite nice. This is where the boys sit if they play with their games or if they're coloring. Here's a fun fact: every time we drive to the gas station, they want to gas up here on the sides, but our tank is here. So I think this is quite fun because everyone is really stunned when we have to take apart the seat. Oh yeah, this is where Santa keeps his wrapping paper. And this is where we gas up. This is an 80-liter diesel tank, and there's a 30-liter diesel tank underneath this seat, and it flows through. So we have 110, 150, 150, so we have 410 liters. So we had booked our travel to the United States in May. We quit our jobs. We took our kids out of school to travel the Pan American Highway that goes from Alaska down to Argentina. And then when COVID came, we decided to stay in Europe. So that's why we do not use the diesel tanks on the side, and 300-liter water is luxury. So we don't have a shower in the truck. We can attach a shower right here, but the water is freezing cold. So we could have an outside shower. We have this little pop-up cabin where you could shower outside, but we normally go to campsites for a day to take a hot shower.
Here we are on the driver's seat with all those fancy buttons and shiny lamps. It's also my music room. I practice here music. I open that thing and put my keys there, and then I play guitar. But the most important part is that you can drive. So here it says 90 kilometers an hour as max speed. So what we could do is 80 when it goes downhill. 70 is reasonable, and normally we drive 60, 65 as average quickest speed. Yeah. We put in an electric water for the wipers, for the windshield there. And we have the wipers for sure, then the light inside. Because here if you switch that over, one is then the normal stand light, and 2 is then the driving light. Here is the emergency light. You have here the ventilation for those 2 yellow things left and right. It's not blowing much, but it's ventilating a little bit. Then you have here the switch for the light, but if you switch that on, it's just a dim light, so you can leave it off if you don't like it. I most of the time leave it off. And then here the most important switch. Here you start the engine. There's no off button, you just kill the engine when you want to stop. That's mainly it. Here we have here the cooling water control lamp. And here we have a lamp we don't need because I think we have a different motor than that was built for. We have here the pressure of the oil, the tank, the lamp if the battery gets charged. So when our V-belt broke, that lamp went on. The temperature of the water, the pressure of the brakes, and here you can see if the blinking lights are on for the car, or for that what you have on the back connected, so the bike stand, so to say. Then here we have the heating, a nice sunshine. You go up, and then you have here that fancy one where it says, well, red down and blue up. And if you do the down thing, then it's only taking air from inside, and if you pull it up, you get fresh air from the outside. Here we have a nice one as well, 2 shoes. So if you put it down, you get your shoes, and if you put it up, you just get it up on the windscreen. So because it was a fire brigade truck, we have here that blue light lamp when that's on, but that has to go out, and they unplugged it because we're not allowed to have a fire brigade truck. And here the alarm is now the fog light. Yeah, and here we have 2 car sockets. Yeah, that's mainly it. We have a radio, and if you're driving 60 or 65 or even 70, you can talk and you can listen to the radio. Well, another nice thing here is, what you don't see very often, is that thing here. It reminds me of Mary Poppins' umbrella, because it looks like that, and that's actually the handbrake. We have a normal shifting. We have here a thing with the motor on a hand gas, because when we start, you pull it a little bit and then you start it, and that helps. Then you don't have to push it. Yeah, that's mainly it. But, oh, there's another funny thing here. That's something like the diesel pump. So if it's cold or something, you can push it there, and then it maybe starts quicker. It's called Start Pilot. So that is our rooftop. That's the small solar panel on the right for the one battery, and the big solar panel. And our storage room here, we have 2 metal boxes. Then our washing machine here, an extra tire, and there we have a box as well. We have water hose and cable for the electricity, and that will be our shower when it's warm again. And we also have a black sack in there which we can heat up the water for the shower. So we can put the ladder here away, and it goes on the side. And normally it's hanging down here. And we have the bikes on the back. So we put the bike holder up to that thing, and then we can fit 4 bikes on it.
The most asked question is how we can travel with kids 10 and 13. So in Germany, the answer is some can, some can't, some are more equal than others. So for us, we didn't get the authorities to confirm that we could leave for a year, so we unregistered Germany, so we're actually nomads now. We're German nomads. And yeah, we homeschool the kids just with math, German and English. They're learning so much on the road. They learn as they go along. For instance, they wanted to understand why Gibraltar was English, so we sit down and we Google why is Gibraltar English. So they learn on the road and they ask questions, and kids want to learn. Do we have any time limit to go back? No, we don't. I guess it's just the financial time limit. The other question we get, is what our plans are. So our first plan, as mentioned, was the Pan American Highway. Then we came here to Spain. And sorry, I got distracted because our dog has a friend. Yeah. So we decided to come to Spain and go to Morocco, but Morocco has been closed since March, and every month they claim that they're going to open, but they don't. So now we're traveling back to Barcelona, and we'll get the ferry to Italy, and from Italy we will go to Greece, and then Greece, Turkey, and Georgia, and then we'll see how much time is left. We're very slow. We go to a lot of campsites because we were traveling with a family that had a huge RV. But now that we're traveling with another family that doesn't have a huge RV, we have found really gorgeous free-standing campsites. And to keep finances down, it's also nice. And it's just nicer to be camp-free, because here the parcels are very, very small. So the biggest motivation was that I always said I wanted to step into my car and drive to my dad. My family lives in the US, and I always wanted to drive with my car to the US, of course, cross the Atlantic in some way. And it was always a dream, and I said it ever so often. It was always a dream, I said it ever so often, and one of these days Marcus said, okay, then let's do it. And then I said, oh no, we can't. I found like 5,000 reasons why we can't do it. And then, we decided on the vehicle, and we wanted an old fire truck because we thought it would be best to repair in Central and South America if anything breaks. And then, we quit our jobs, which we quit before anyone mentioned Corona. So that's maybe why everything changed. We both resigned from our jobs, and then that's when Corona came in 3 months later. And now we're here in Spain, and it's great, and we feel very free. And if we talk to people at home, they feel very limited, and we don't. I mean, we do have limitations with Corona, but it's a luxury problem. So.
And on the way I found out why I said yes, and I said yes to find out that that is real living and not the other stuff what we did before. So we started to live now and not, 30 years ago.
You're right.
So thank you for visiting us in our mobile home. It was great showing you around. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments below. And I'm sure that Viv and James will get back to us. Thanks for filming us. And you can always visit us on happypanam.com. We only have the links on there to YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the blog.
The blog is in English and German and a lot of
Thank you. Bye. So now we deserve coffee. So you pump, and then the gas comes out when you have to open this, let in a bit of oxygen. And then here's the flame. More coffee. And then we wait for it to boil.